So we have Max and Alex from the band Exist here in front of me.
Hey.
They are playing in Rochester, New York tonight. They played in Syracuse last night. Tell us a little bit about your band. How long has it been around?
It's been more or less. It's been around close to like 10 years now. I guess really 7 years since we recorded like our debut EP. But the band kind of went through various changes since then. You know, name change, I guess. But yeah, we released our first EP in 2010. 10 was our debut EP, and then album three years later. So.
And the album's coming out this Friday on Prosthetic.
Yes.
If you're catching the tour, you can get it early, though.
True.
Yeah, we got CDs and vinyl for sale.
Very nice. And how did you guys come about getting Hans Grossman to play the drums on the new record?
Hannes actually did some touring. I was on a few tours with him. One was when he was playing for Obscura, and then I was playing for Death to All,
Yep.
the Death to All tribute, and he came around with us and would sit in actually and play drums on a few songs, and so I kind of developed a friendship with him through that, and we had jammed a little bit at sound checks and stuff, and yeah, so he's somebody I always kind of kept in touch with him since then, and when our we realized things probably weren't going to work out with our previous drummer, just as far as, you know, his kind of interest waning, and so Hannes was somebody that I hit up, and you know, he obviously, like, there's the distance thing, so there was no, you know, and he's also very involved in his band Alkaloid, and he plays for Hate Eternal and Blood and Science and all these other things, so, you know, I don't think he would be able to play live with us ever, you know, but yeah, he was just somebody that I knew would do a killer job, you know, when we were in.
And it was an easier situation for him because he already has his own studio and is really solid with just getting really killer drum tones, so we kind of just let him do
he does a lot of session work.
So is this your first major tour, the one with Gorguts?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, this is our first tour that we've done with Exist. We've toured in other bands a decent amount, but yeah, first tour we've done with Exist, and actually last night was our first show
like
that we've really played in.
Years.
Yeah, probably about 5 or 6 years.
Because I mean, we had done a bunch of local shows before that with our previous drummer, but once we really started recording Sunlight, that kind of took precedence. And also, I mean, playing local shows, at least in our area, can get kind of a drag. I mean, if you're having to sell tickets, and I mean, I guess that's
we did it. We did
anywhere.
It a lot.
You know, we did it a lot.
Just wanted to record more. Yeah.
And then, you know, with you being gone a lot with the Death to All stuff, we just didn't really feel that pressed on trying to get together like a really good live show just to play some local venue or bar or whatever.
Yeah. So how did you get hooked up with Prosthetic?
We reached out. He was the touring bassist for Jeff Loomis for one of the last tours he did.
Basically the last tour that
as a solo artist, and the A&R who works at Prosthetic now is this guy named Steve Joe, who used to work for Century Media and was working with Jeff at the time when Alex was doing that, so he met him through that, and
you know a bunch of other people that also have mutual.
That's true, yeah, and then actually a friend of ours in Intronaut, Sasha Dunable, helped us also get in contact. So
I mean, we had reached out to Steve when we were trying to push Sunlight to some labels, and at that time, when he was still working for Century, that he just didn't think that they would be interested in taking it, or that they didn't want to, you know, push a new band. So
yeah, getting signed to a huge major label.
Yeah.
Signing a huge major label deal like they just did.
Definitely.
They're probably leaning more towards poppier stuff.
Well, just
more
like
for Century.
Yeah.
Well, and especially with the industry now. Yeah, they're not. You know, it's
they just didn't want to have to.
You have to have some leverage for sure.
Yeah. You guys got any dream bands that you'd like to tour with at some point?
I mean, this is kind of one of them for me. You know, this is one of my favorite death metal bands.
Yeah. Gorguts is definitely
Yeah,
influence.
I remember buying Erosion of Insanity when I was in high school.
That's killer. I don't think.
I think I was 4 years old when that came out.
Yeah, was that '93?
Yeah.
You know when he said 93 last night
Uh-huh.
at the Syracuse show? I went and looked on the iTunes thing, and iTunes said 91.
I think that's the first one.
Yeah, I thought Considered Dead.
Yeah, I
was,
think Considered Dead is 91.
Either way, yeah, like
What?
We weren't very old.
Regardless, that was a
we
while
weren't
ago.
going to death metal shows.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Eshan, I guess, would be another one. If
Yeah,
if he
Eshan would
ever
be killer to
toured.
play with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably Meshuggah.
Definitely.
We could probably name like 50.
Yeah.
There's tons of shit like that. Yeah.
very cool. Is there any tours in the works after this one, or is it just play it by ear right now?
We have a few. There's nothing like confirmed. We have a few bands that are, that we've talked about doing stuff with, but there's nothing that's like actually being booked right now at the minute. It's all just kind of talk at this point, So,
Yeah.
so I guess we'll see what happens. It's hard to say. I mean, we definitely intend to do.
It's just
one more
nothing
touring.
totally solid.
Yeah, whether that'll be this year or next year, yeah, who knows.
So you guys have released 2 videos for this album so far?
3 actually.
3?
Yeah, one was like a real music video, and then 2 were these visualizers that.
Like the
Yeah,
newer
the
ones, like
label
the
did.
lyric videos or whatever?
Not necessarily. It wasn't really a lyric video. It was just like a moving
It's like a lyric
backdrop,
video
you know?
without the lyrics.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Very cool. So how many weeks you have on this tour that you're currently on?
It's like 3.5 or something.
Yeah,
It's
we're
like 20 gigs maybe, 20 something like that,
2022.
somewhere in there.
Where's the next stop after Rochester?
Detroit. Yep.
Detroit?
Yeah. So little hike tonight. Not too bad though.
Yeah, probably a lot easier driving from Syracuse to Rochester.
Yeah,
sure.
that
Yeah,
was
we
nice.
didn't have to wake up nearly as
That was
early.
nice. Yeah. And we had time to figure out some gear-related stuff and stop by Guitar Center and everything.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I thank you guys very much for your time.
Thank you,
And,
man.
This will be up later in the week.
Are you serious?
That's the promoter.
Okay.